Dolphin fans, hear me out. Don't be upset after yesterday's preseason game, but watch this interview with Coach Hafley. Watch this.
What did you learn about your team overall?
A lot of the guys who were playing, I liked how hard they played. The details aren't good enough right now, and that's some guys that we're going to count on for depth. And I said, these are important moments. It's preseason, and I want to see who can step up and who we can count on as we get ready to go towards the 53. The disappointing part of the game is we have 2 holds on special teams on the returns, which were backed up early. Then we fumble going in early. Then we shake a punt. We're backed up again. We had a linebacker who I met this morning in my office, Steve, came in, met him, and he started the whole second half where we had to tell him the call, he had to give the call, and then we had to tell him what to do on every single play, which has never happened to me in my life. Then the second half, we have a false start backed up. Then we have a wide receiver hold back up. Then we fumble a snap on 3rd and 4. Then we have an illegal gunner rep, and we have to repunt. 3rd down, pass interference, we can't get off the field. 3rd and 1, we don't convert, and then we drop a punt at the end of the game. So, just routing those off and playing the game in my head, it doesn't matter who's out there. If you can't do those little things right, you're not going to have success.
We can't jump to conclusions with 2 preseason games and joint practices. We got to trust the process. And we didn't see our first team players on either side of the ball, but obviously depth is a concern. Would I have liked to see the starters play yesterday? Of course I would. But we can't afford to lose our starters in preseason joint practices when it doesn't even matter. When they're still evaluating the players who's going to make this 53-man roster. And without the starters, you can just hear the frustration on his voice with players that made mistakes that are still trying to make the team. And the coach said they're playing players that they're just now meeting. They're trying to figure out who can do what, address it, and build for the future. Nothing great happens overnight. They were dealt with a bad hand with over $100 million in dead cap space. But once our cap space clears and we find our pieces, it's only up from here. We've already seen flashes from our rookies, and most of them outperforming veterans built with the same mindset. But Dolphin fans, I want to know how you guys feel, because you guys already know what it is with me. Win, lose, or draw, it's always fins up.